I think it was just because we're just young and dumb and full of jisms as opposed to brain decay today. Yeah, what are we calling this episode, Fleabag? Wet Dreams and Nightmares? Okay, not really the same sizzle as She Doesn't Sizzle with the Sisters or Titty Titty Bang Bang, but okay. Oh, we're rolling? Fuck me running, dude. I'm not ready. Well, hang on a second. We're unedited, unfiltered, uninhibited, so don't start over. Let's live up to what we say we are. Okay, let me get my game face on here, and we'll go, okay? Yes, give me a second here. Okay. Left, right. Yeah, I'm hanging to the right. Okay, let's do it to it.
From Hollywood. Welcome to the Rat's Ass Podcast with Mojo Elliott.
All right, welcome to July, mofos. Can you believe we only have 2 months of summer left? God, what a bummer.
Who gives a rat's ass?
From the plush Mojo studio on Sunset and Vine, surrounded by a bunch of frickin' malakas, please be my guest for another side-splitting, action-packed adventure.
Let's do it.
Here's what's on tap on the rap. Mayor Portnoy has a certain ring to it, doesn't it? The Supreme Court is not so supreme after all. And don't miss the story about the 2 jagoffs and a flag, and how ChatGPT is now my bestest buddy. Another round of Fed trauma's on the way. Pick Your News is coming up, plus our usual lunacy and loose behavior, including TDK with a damn good rocktail. And I saw it on the X. That's what's happening today on the Rat's Ass Podcast for Thursday, July 2nd. Are you ready to go for the 4th of July with the 4 Fs? Family, food, friends, fireworks. Yeah, it's going to be kind of quiet here at the Mojo Manor. Moose Knuckle Mike and his wife Camel Toe Candy are coming over for some barbecue. And since I live in the communist state of California, there are no fireworks allowed. But that's because I live in a fire zone. That's okay. I think I'd rather have the house. We'll have to compromise, though, and watch them on TV from D.C. Just turn up the volume, close our eyes, and we'll feel like we're there. If you're not aware of this one, we put the best of your email from your Gmail on the podcast blog every month. So if you miss a show, you can go to ratsasspodcast.com, scroll down to the Q&A, and get caught up. Starting today, Radio Wars is back. You requested it, we delivered. WXAQ, New York versus WKBU in New Orleans. We do new battles every Monday and Thursday. You can go pick the winner now at ratsasspodcast.com. Find the blog, scroll down to Radio Wars. All right, let's get into the rap today. Let me ask you a question. Who do you think qualifies to be mayor? A, somebody who's never held a real job before in their life, or B, someone who is a self-made millionaire who built a successful business from the ground up. Now, the smart answer is B. Dave Portnoy, the founder of Barstool Sports, said he is considering running for the mayor of New York City in 2028 against Laurent Mamdani. And here's why.
I've always thought I would never get involved in politics. I think you can do more in the private sector. This and what is going on has actually made me pause that thought. I was saying to you, that old Plato quote, if you don't do your public service and run for office, you're doomed to be run by basically dummies. Right. And right now, I feel like that's what's happening.
You know, if Dave is serious, he's probably going to inherit a city in ruins. Yesterday, Ma'am Dumbass went on social media to tell New Yorkers dealing with a massive heat wave to set their ACs at 78. And he heard about it, too. Not a good way. On the other hand, I went to his social media page and urged him to be a real communist bastard and suggest New Yorkers set it at 88. 78 felt like, I'm not really a communist. I'm just pretending to be one. If you want to be a real commie, 88. 88, Laurent. All right, did you know the United States is the only country in the world that allows a foreign mother to land in the USA in any city and pop out a rug rat? It's automatically a U.S. citizen. Now, consider how many illegals the Biden administration let into the country from 2020 to 2024, and every one of those illegals who gave birth to a child is now a legal U.S. citizen running around, and the parents aren't. I believe the term is anchor baby. Some people get offended by it, but I like to call it what it is. It means good luck getting the parents out of the country, deporting them. Sometimes mom stays, dad has to go. And then we hear the Democrats screaming, you're cutting and you're splitting up families. I want you to think about this one, though. The United States has a legal immigration system where about 11.6 million people are waiting and doing it the right way. But thanks to the Biden administration, we have an unknown number of illegals running around the country who jumped the line. Any of them popped out a kid, they're now most likely here in the U.S. sucking off our welfare system. That means U.S. citizens are paying for it with our taxes. Now, there are expectant mothers in other countries who can jump on a plane, fly to the United States, give birth, and fly back to their country with the child. But the child is a U.S. citizen, which means when it's 18 or a legal adult, it can come to the USA and it's automatically a citizen. Skipping the line again. It's complete bullshit. But this is what our Supreme Court upheld on Tuesday. And most of us born in America who don't have relatives from foreign countries, not too happy about this ruling. We kind of feel like the Supreme Court screwed the pooch on this one. But we'll see if they get into Congress and the Senate and do something about it. Two jagoffs tried to scale the tower. Well, they did scale the tower on the top of the Empire State Building Wednesday to hang a flag with a message of love. Now, the tower is actually a radio transmitter for WQXR radio, and I told these suckers years ago they should electrify it like a fence to keep dipshits from climbing up it. But did they listen? Hell no. Now, had they listened to me, though, they could have flipped the switch as these two idiots climbed up it, and they would have zapped them like a mosquito on a bug zapper. I received some really discouraging news from my doctor on Monday. Thanks to my love of fast food and Jack Daniels when I was a young man, I've been dealing with type 2 diabetes for the past 22 years. I talk about it once in a while here on the podcast. But it appears all the traveling I did, eating good food that was bad for me, was really bad for me, and it jacked up my A1C and glucose numbers way up there. Way up there. I think the worst ever, as a matter of fact. He said it's nothing that we can't fix with diet and exercise, or maybe it was an exorcism. I can't recall. But I found a friend in ChatGPT. I had told Chat what my issues were, and it did. It devised a complete diet and exercise program that'll help me get my numbers down as quick as possible. Every day I just tell Chat what my BP is, what my glucose is, what my weight is, what my activity was, and my diet for that day, and it keeps track of all of this stuff. And it tries to keep you on point in dealing with your type 2 diabetes and getting your numbers in order. I encourage you. And I'm not selling ChatGPT because it's free, okay? But you talk to it like it was your doctor. See if it's for you. See if it helps you with your type 2, all right? A lot of us have it. A lot of us deal with it. We don't talk about it, but it is a pain in the keister. But just remember, who loves you, baby? Who loves you? All right, who's up for a really tasty rocktail right now? This is TDK.
Did you know that this song was influenced by this song? Billy Corgan of Smashing Pumpkins said in an interview that back when he was working on Siamese Dream in the 90s, he intentionally ripped off Bytor and the Snow Dog for Cherub Rock. But back in the alt-rock 90s, being a Rush fan was something you didn't talk about. So Billy didn't really go out of his way to tell everyone that Rush was a big influence on some of the Pumpkins' music. But many years later, he did loosen up, and in the Rush documentary, he admitted that as a teenager, he learned all of 2112 note for note. And apparently Bytor and the Snow Dog as well.
And I got to tell you, I like Bytor and the Snow Dog even better than Tom Sawyer.
Oh, you're going straight to hell for that one.
Baby, so.
Are you ready for this mother?
Oh, God.
Son of a...
Guess who's in a mood?
Here's Mojo Elliott with his spin on sports on the Wrap.
Thanks for bleeping her out, Fleabag. The USA is moving on in World Cup soccer action. They'll play Belgium on Monday after beating Bosnia-Herzegovina 2-0. This is going to be a fun sportscast, gang. Long names in here. Mojo is going to be challenged. Farewell and adieu to the aging LeBron James. He has decided to take his ball and go play elsewhere next season. In 8 years, LeBron made almost $400 million and delivered one NBA championship. How's the ROI on that one, Lakers fans? His last act was to make sure his son Bronny secured a one-year, $2.3 million deal before telling the Lakers to go spit. Needless to say, that's what a father does. As a businessman, kind of shady. Bronny's going to be the highest paid G League player next season if the Lakers decide to keep him. LA also lost Luke Kennard to Phoenix, Marcus Smart to Houston, and it looks like my man Roy Hachimura is also going to depart. Lakers fans, including me, were all up in GM Rob Pelinka's ass about not really, a sense of urgency. But he did sign Walker Kessler, Quentin Grimes, Colin Sexton, and Sendero. Here we go with the challenge. I keep seeing this guy's name, and I see Mama Boo. But it's Mamuk Lashvili, also known as Mamu. For those of us who have problems with the pronunciation of God, forget it. Not Shamu, but Mamu, by the way. Okay, Lakers are going to look a hell of a lot different next season, meaning a lot whiter. ESPN Stephen A. Smith went ballistic over the Lakers potentially having an all-white starting five. Now, what's he afraid of? That's what I ask. What are you afraid of, Stephen A.? Are you afraid other teams, if it works, are going to go to Europe and start replacing the brothers? He's clearly losing sleep on this whole thing, though. And that is my spin on sports on the Wrap.
Rat's Ass Podcast. Head trauma.
All right, the name of the game today is Pick Your News. I'm going to give you 4 headlines, and you have to pick the one that is true. All right, headline 1, President Trump to place lawn jockeys outside of the White House that look like Obama on the 4th of July. The communist mayor of New York City is considering a plan that will merge the Yankees and Mets. Headline 3, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker adopts socialism as a winning strategy for Democrats. And headline 4, to save the electric grid in Nevada. Las Vegas announces they'll start shutting down all the lights on the Strip at 1 a.m. starting Monday. All right, one more time. President Trump to place lawn jockeys outside of the White House that look like Obama on July 4th. The communist mayor of New York City is considering a plan that will merge the Yankees and Mets. Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker adopts socialism as a winning Democratic strategy. And headline 4, to save the electric grid in Nevada, Las Vegas announces they'll start shutting down all the lights on the Strip at 1 a.m. starting Monday. All right, go dunk your doodads, and I'll have the answer for you coming up.
It's time for some loose behavior on the Rat's Ass Podcast.
All right, let's see what's happening on the Rat's Ass Podcast X feed. We call it I Saw It on the X. J.J. Palmer posted this question. If you could change one thing about your body, what would it change, or what would you change? Okay, I'm only going to stick to the responses from women on this one because 9 out of 10 men said the size of their dongs. Okay. Brianna Wilcox said, I would reduce the size of my boobs. I get tired of men leering at me like I'm docked in the harbor waiting to be motorboated. Okay, that's what you call bragging without bragging, by the way. Taylor Thomas says, I need a bigger butt. I assume it would work as an excellent muffler.
Oh my God, she's a disgusting little farter.
God.
That's just about enough of that.
From out of left field, it's Alexa again. She's in a mood today. Angela Horvath. I could use some vaginal rejuvenation. I am sick and tired of my husband saying, hello, Steakums, when he goes down on me. Hello, Steakums.
Hey, heads up. Here comes your celebrity cheese.
All right, anybody give a rat's ass about a Love Island update? Yeah, I didn't think so. All right, if you're a Democratic socialist, you might want to cover your ears for this one because you're going to hate this. Landman stars Demi Moore and Ali Larter just signed a massive contract with a big pay increase to approximately $750,000 per episode, matching the income of star Billy Bob Thornton. Yeah, but the good news for you socialists is they'll have more money for you to try and take from them. Lorenzo Lamas and Heather Locklear could be heading for the altar soon, not to confess their sins, but to tie the knot. Yeah, Lamas has petitioned the L.A. City court system to hurry the hell up in finalizing his divorce from Kenna Nicole Lamas. So either Heather's not giving up the goodies to Lonzo until he's a free man, or since he only has a net worth of just over $300K, maybe he wants to tap into that $6 million Heather Locklear has stashed before she wakes up and smells the damn coffee. When you're successful as Tom Cruise, you know you make a lot of haters, a lot of enemies along the way, and Tom has a scroll of them. I couldn't believe this list. I mean, naturally, his ex, Nicole Kidman and Katie Holmes, have nothing good to say about Tom. But the list of actors, Alec Baldwin, but he doesn't like anybody, including himself. Justin Bieber's on the list. John Travolta, Brad Pitt, Mark Wahlberg, Russell Crowe, and Brooke Shields. Yeah, I lump Brooke in with the men because she looks like one now. And I got it wrong, ladies and gentlemen. I absolutely got it 100% wrong. Taylor Swift and Travis Kelce will tie the knot at Madison Square Garden in New York City on Friday, tomorrow. I thought for sure it was a smokescreen to keep people away from the real location. But what do you think about the ego on these two, though? Madison Square Garden, acting like it's a royal wedding. Fleabag, did you happen to send out the wedding gift I got for them? All right, good. Thank you for that. Yeah, I got Taylor a strap-on from the Diddy collection to use on Travis's tight end. But hey, Fleabag was also able to get a hold of Taylor's cell phone number. And I thought we'd just give her a quick call. Wish her and Travis the best of luck.
You've reached Taylor Swift. She's not here
damn.
to take your call right now. Tay-Tay is humping Travis's brains out while his brother Jason runs the camera.
Oh, God. And that is a rice-throwing slice of celebrity cheese for you.
Who gives a rat's ass?
Rat's Ass Podcast. Email from our Gmail.
All right, this is where you send your questions, comments, and observations to my producer, Fleabag, at ratsasspodcast@gmail.com, and anything goes. The more outrageous and salacious, the better, and it's impossible to offend me, but please, do your best. If you'll pardon me, I'm going to grab a swish of Fireball here as we go through these. Yeah, the whistle's a little dry. All right, summertime heat here in Hollywood. All right, Stephen S. from Busby, Montana said, why do you jam so much stuff into a short podcast when most other ones focus on one topic? Well, two things here with this one. I do it because the other podcasts don't. It's called product differentiation. And having programmed News Talk Radio for a number of years, the whole theory behind 22 minutes and will give you the world concept made a lot of sense to me because I don't play music. So I wanted to just kind of give you a lot of things to talk about when you're sitting around talking with your pals. All right, Beth Y., Virginia Beach, Virginia. She said, were you serious about married couples having separate bathrooms, closets, and bedrooms? Oh, hell yes, I am. And let me add this one on top of that. A joint checkbook for joint expenses and then separate bank accounts. No commingling of funds whatsoever. Robert K., Tulsa, Oklahoma. What do you think about Nancy Pelosi teaching at Cal Berkeley in the fall? Oh, God, Nancy Pelosi. Yeah, the dumbing down of America continues. Now, at the college level, Hunter J., Phoenix, Arizona, said, I'm a little confused. You said on one of your podcasts that you never answer your phone as part of your live like the 80s concept. On Monday, you said there are only 4 people you pick up the phone for. So which is it? Oh, Hunter has me in a gotcha moment here. Well, here's the deal, Hunter. When I'm at home, 100% of my calls go to voicemail. I don't carry my phone around with me. It's just imagine it's like a phone stuck on the wall back in the 80s. But when I'm out and I have my phone with me, if one of these 4 people call me, I pick up. Okay? Are we clear? All right, Michelle R., Manhattan Beach, California, said, I just wanted to confirm that whatever number women give men for their body count, they can easily add 5 to 7 because we don't count one-night stands or mistakes. Never forget, women like sex as much as men. We just don't want to be seen as sluts. My question for you, Mojo, is do men with a high body count always tell the truth? Yes, we do. Men always want to be truthful about that because we want to look like stud puppies, experienced who's your daddy experts. Yeah, men always tell the truth on that one. As far as you know.
Rat's Ass Podcast. Head trauma.
All right, we're going to do some head trauma here. Yeah, we're playing a round of Pick Your News today. I gave you 4 headlines, and you have to pick the one that is true. So let's review. Headline 1, President Trump to place lawn jockeys outside of the White House that look like Obama on July 4th. Headline 2, the communist mayor of New York City is considering a plan that would merge the Yankees and Mets. Headline 3, Illinois Governor J.B. Pritzker adopts socialism as a winning strategy for Democrats. And headline 4, to save the electric grid in Nevada, Las Vegas announces they'll start shutting down all the lights on the strip at 1 a.m. starting on Monday. Man, that's tough. That's tough. All right, if you said J.B. Pritzker adopts socialism,
Yeah, baby.
congratulations, you got it right. But if you missed it, go see a doctor about your head trauma and do get well soon. Okay? Good luck to you with your health. I got to rock and roll. Today is National Hand Job Day, and I plan on collecting. Yes, Fleabag. He's texting me here. Oh, it's National Hand Wax Day. Okay, I just misunderstood. Okay, then I'm off to the car wash for a hand wax. All right, but first, is this real or is it riffraff? Did you know if you wake up with a song in your head, it means someone you're close to is thinking about you? Alexa, is this real or is it riffraff?
Oh, Jesus Christ, are you serious? It's complete riffraff.
Hey, don't bite my head off. I'm just trying to get at the truth here.
Maybe if I bit one of your heads off, you wouldn't be such a pain in my buttocks.
You're in a mood today. Okay, so which one would you prefer?
The one that does all of the thinking for you.
Well, that narrows it down, doesn't it?
Yes, so drop them pants.
Let's not and pretend we did, okay? And here's your muzzle. All right, welcome to New Rat Nation members Chuck Gassaway of Bridgeport, Connecticut, Sarah Lee Vanguard of Princeton, New Jersey, Zachary Backman in Pocatello, Idaho, and Ronnie West in Stockton, California, and around the world too, Vancouver, Canada, Munich, Germany, and Rotterdam, Holland. Hey, Fleabag, is that the first time for Rotterdam for us? Then we got to give them some of this. California. Oh, yeah. Welcome, Rotterdam, Holland.
Now's your chance to be one of the few and the loud. Join Rat Nation at ratsasspodcast.com. Membership does have its rewards, you know.
All right, that's a wrap for this episode of the Rat's Ass Podcast. Go to ratsasspodcast.com to visit our hub and listen to previous episodes. Read the blog. It's loaded with lots of hot topicality. Play Radio Wars. Watch Rat's Ass Rock TV. Join the mischief at Rat Nation. And connect with us on the socials. We'd love to hear from you. We'll do this again on Monday, July 6th. Take care of each other, and thanks for stopping by the Rat's Ass Podcast in partnership with the Oz Podcast Group.
The conversation continues between podcasts on X and ratsasspodcast.com. ratsasspodcast.com.